Welcome back to Owensboro Catholic Schools in the Loop. During this section, we've got David Ralph, who is the Faculty Advisor for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes at the middle school, and Ryne Wilson, who is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, who won a really exciting award at the March for Life in Washington last month in January. So, welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to start with you, David. If you could just tell us a little bit about Fellowship of Christian Athletes and what's going on over at the middle school.
Okay, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes is an organization that was started in 1954 by basically some professional athletes that, with professional sports, they play so much on Sunday, they were missing the Christian aspect of their life. So they got together, they formed the FCA, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and from there it progressed. It went from the professional ranks down to the colleges, down to the high schools, and now it's all the way down to the middle school. It is a worldwide organization, and basically what it is people that are in athletics that are realizing that athletics is not what it's all about, that it's about Christ and putting Christ first, and this is their outlet to allow them to do that.
So are you kind of involved in kind of like a statewide thing, or are all the chapters just
all the chapters are essentially their own basic unit. Rusty Titchener is the director for FCA for all of Western Kentucky, and he comes by, he brings us speakers from time to time, and he kind of leads us in what we do. But we have our own chapter. We have a chapter that is a little bit different than most places because with Owensboro Catholic Schools, we have 6 hours of religious education every day. Mm-hmm. When we meet, it's not so much about bringing Christ into a place where he's not at. It's more about taking Christ out to the community. Okay. We do a lot of community service projects, and then we do a lot of fun activities also.
That's all good. How many kids are involved over at the middle school?
This year we have about 120 students involved.
And they're all involved in athletics also?
No.
Or is it...
you do not have to be an athlete to be in the FCA. You just have to be someone that wants to participate in Christ in a very active way out in the community.
Okay. And the goal of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, is there a particular goal, or?
We don't set any written goal or anything like that. We just want to get students that, like I said, when they go out into the community, when they live their life outside of the Owensboro Catholic Schools, that they are living a Christ-based life. So we go out, we do different activities. We've raked leaves. We've worked at the Right to Life Chili Supper. We take care of a cemetery that very few people know about that's on Lewis Lane. And these are some of the activities that we do as service projects. We also go out and do a lot of fun things. We go skiing at Paoli Peaks. We go to the Right to Life March in Washington, D.C. We go to an amusement park every year. So we try to incorporate a lot of different things.
So how often do you meet at the school? Like maybe once a week or something?
Once every 2 weeks. We meet Wednesday mornings before school starts. And like I said, it's open to everybody. So.
Okay. Ryne? I know you had an exciting time in January going to the National March for Life in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. And tell me a little bit about, there was a poster contest that they put on every year, but how did you get started doing that?
Well, last year I went to the Right to Life March, and in order to go, you had to do 2 service projects, and you had to enter in one of the 3 categories of the contest, which was either the essay, the poem, or the poster. And I decided to do the poster because I thought it was the easiest. And so this year I did it.
It's reasonable.
Yes.
This year I did it too. And
you did the poster last year too?
Yes, okay. I did the poster last year, and I did poster this year, and we got a phone call from Washington, D.C. telling our family that I'd won.
That's exciting. So when you won, what kinds of things did what kind of little perks did you get?
Well,
How did they honor you?
Well, I got to go to the Rose Dinner, which was the night of the march, and so did my mom and dad. And my mom and dad both got free flight to Washington, D.C. for the march, but I was already there with the FCA, and I also got I'm gonna get $100 in the mail, and our local birthright here is I'm gonna present $100 towards them.
And you got to be on the stage.
Yes, I got to be up on the
During the
stage
march.
and got to see all the people that were out there, and there's a lot.
Yeah.
And they introduced me there too.
So was it pretty awesome standing up on that stage? I mean,
Yes.
you were the national.
Yes, national winner and I'm actually the first one out of Kentucky to win, and it was pretty amazing.
I don't know if you can show the book, but there's this big, thick book that comes out for the March for Life, and it's got all sorts of things that happen at the march. Does it have the essays and stuff in there?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
And it has a picture of Ryan's poster, and who's the other one below that?
The runner-up actually goes to Owensboro Catholic Middle School also, and he's my cousin.
It's in the family.
Yeah.
That was
we
Sean Brown.
showed this the other night
Sean
at the
Brown.
Right to Life board meeting, and so anyway, I think that's really exciting. So what were your impressions of the march? You went last year?
Yeah.
Was it last year your first year to go?
Yes, it was. And that one was big too. There was a lot of speaking before the march, and it took a long time for us to start flowing to march where we were supposed to. The march isn't really that long, but it seems pretty long.
How was your weather? Did you have?
Very cold.
Was it this year really
Yes.
cold?
Yes.
Yes, both years.
And when did you guys go up? You took a bus. How many kids ended up going from the FCA?
Last year it was only like 13 or
Right.
so, and this year it was 27.
27 this year, just from our middle school.
And Paducah. Same.
And
We
Paducah's
went
FCA.
with St. Thomas More from Paducah, and well, it's actually St. Mary's Middle School, and from Paducah they went with us this year as well. So we were able to get some more donations, actually take a charter bus up, which was a little bit better than taking a school bus
A
up.
lot better.
Yes, yes, it was.
So you went up Saturday night?
We went up Saturday morning. We arrived there Saturday evening, and then Sunday we got up. We went to the National Cathedral, and first time that most of these students had ever seen anything resembling anything anywhere close to as massive as the National Cathedral. Got to go there to Mass, and then we started sightseeing after that.
What kinds of things did you guys see, Ryan?
We went to the Lincoln Memorial, and we went to the Reflection Pool. We went to a bunch of memorials like the Vietnam Memorial, the Korean Memorial, and the Washington Monument, and we went to a bunch of Smithsonians too.
Was that, did you get to sightsee much last year, or did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Except this year we decided that we're going to go to newer places instead of having to see the old things that we saw last year too.
One of the things with going 2 years in a row, some of the students did go both years. Last year we spent a lot of time at Arlington Cemetery,
Right.
which is absolutely incredible. But we didn't want to do the exact same thing from one year to the other year. One of the great things this year, I was able to contact Representative Ryne Wilson from Kentucky, and he got us into the Capitol, and we also got to meet with him for a little while. So that was something we didn't get to do last year.
Yeah. Well, good. That's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the World War II Memorial is right there near
Yes.
the Washington Monument and all that too. So.
And we got to see the Declaration of Independence at the National Archives, and the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
And your mom and dad?
The Right to Life Chili Supper, which should be on March the 1st.
March 1st, yes.
And then as the spring hits, we'll start taking care of our cemetery again. We may go and play some broom ball, which is go to the ice rink and you play hockey with broomsticks and you play on just regular tennis shoes. At the end of the year, if everything goes well, and it always has, we always end up with a trip to Kings Island in Cincinnati, which is always a couple days right after school is out. And I think all the students really enjoy that too.
Well, then this feeds into Catholic High has a Fellowship of Christian Athletes. For joining us in this segment of In the Loop, and join us again next time.